You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Well, it's Tuesday evening once again. Time for the round that we do every single Tuesday with the Epic Racing Association. Their 2025 Fall Ironman Series Street Stocks tonight at New Smyrna. Welcome in, everybody. Going to be a fun one no matter what. A lot of excitement in the air right now. To go with the chill that's in the air, there's a lot of excitement. A lot going on all over the place. The guys got about 4.5 minutes here of practice left, and then they will get ready to do their thing tonight. 10 drivers checked in. Everybody is within 0.2 of a second from top to bottom. The field doesn't get much tighter. It really doesn't. We're going to see if we have another new winner, or do we get one of the old vets back in Victory Circle? Do we have a back-to-back night? Weeks for Oxford. Hello, Mr. Bill. Hello, Jane. Quick reminder about tomorrow night. Be sure you tune in about this same exact time for what should be a really fun night over with the Midwest Truck Series guys. They're going to go play in the dirt box. They're going to a Bristol Motor Speedway with the dirt on it. It'll be a regular dirt show, heat races, the whole shooting match. Those guys do something vast, and by vastly I mean 180 degrees different than what they've been doing the last 2 weeks. So that should make for a hell of an exciting night over there. Then we'll be back around. We'll do, if I can, I'm going to do the Sunday Truck Show tonight. I don't know that I'm going to have time. I have a whole lot going on with that. Some things to do when I get done here. So Thursday night is probably going to be airtime for the Fitz Automotive Sunday Night Truck Series with DSRL. Be sure to come and say hi if you see that go live, because it was a fantastic race. Ton of fun. We saw some fantastic driving, some great racing, and a good finish. The first good, solid finish we've seen all season long outside of Michigan, which if you get speedway racing in, you're kind of going to get some close finishes. But was a great race. Fantastic. And those guys are, ducks out of water, but they're taking right to it. So a lot of fun. These guys here, well, this is kind of old hat. They've run these street stocks 100,000 times in this series. And I know that we have been here before. I can't remember the last winter at this track. In fact, I can't remember the last time we were here, but I know we have been here in this car with this series, and they really never disappoint. Doesn't matter. They don't disappoint. Just like every other series we have. For whatever reason, we're very fortunate. We have great racing on this network every night. And it's not that we're going out and handpicking leagues. It's just for whatever reason, when we turn the lights on and turn the mics on, the racing just seems to get better. I'm exhausted, by the way, folks. So if I sound a little down, it's because I tried to stay up and watch that whole daggone baseball game last night, and I gave up at about 1:15 in the morning in the 15th inning. I just couldn't hold my eyes up no more. And, wow, they played 2 baseball games to get 1 score. Craziness. But you expect that when you get to the World Series, the 2 best teams in the world playing each other. Should be like that. So, in case you can't tell, I'm a big sports fan of just about all sports. Racing is where my heart really is. But I do like my baseball. And I love my basketball and football. So, everything else, I'll watch stuff. I watch golf. I watch... Heck, I watch women's softball and I watch volleyball and, but racing is kind of where it's at for me. Mr. Matt Eddy. Only guy not in one of the 80s models street stock cars. He's out there in that 70s Camaro. I think he's the only one as well. I don't think anybody else drives one of those older cars in this series. It's just him. I hope everybody had a wonderful Tuesday. I hope you've had a good week so far. If you've tuned in, it's been good racing every night. They didn't have a huge field last night over at Monday Night Thunder, but they had a good race. Only had about 18 guys. But they had a really good race at the smallest track on the circuit. Well, that's it. Practice is over, guys. Hello, Mr. Tiny Dancer. It is time for us to move the program along. Heat race number 1 coming at you. And we'll start it off with Josh Westendorf from the 92 on the pole. Matt Eddy, that old 80s Camaro I was talking about, or 70s Camaro I was talking about. He starts outside that front row. DJ Oxford, the 22 car, inside row number 2, and he's right next to the main man in the series, the 64 of Adam Vinny, and then the 46 of John Brunner will be on the back. Oxford held them all off last week. He drove a very, very good race in the Mini last week to pick up his first win. We're getting some good looks here. Man, we're getting some good looks around the track. Great camera placement by the crew this evening. Get these boys rolling off here. Hey, are you getting into our Discord later, Scotty? And if so, when? Because as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going over there for just a little bit. And then I'm probably going to bounce and try to go catch up on my sleep that I lost from last night. All right, one more time around. Right there between those 2 white lines you see across the racetrack, that's where we're going to get our green flag, our start. Everybody's going to roll by. It's only 8 laps. And this is just to figure out your starting position. These drivers will have the inside row. However they finish in this race is how they will line up on that inside row for our feature this evening. The second heat race be the same except for they're on the outside row. So,
Green, green, green.
soon as they hit the zone, the green flag is out. We're underway up through the gearboxes. Adam Vinny with a little push on that Camaro out in front of him. Everybody in this race technically in a Chevy. Oh, and Adam Vinny off the nose. Oh, they saved it. Wow. Great driving Adam Vinny. He kept that thing somehow from turning all the way around. I think he got some help from Brunner. Right rear corner's a little bent up. He'll have a chance to run a couple of these guys down. He may start at the back of this feature, but that's not a problem for Adam Vinny. He's proven that time and time again. As we come around to complete the second lap, and Ostendorf by a quarter car length. Just that little piece of front fender in front of the right front tire was all he had in front of Matt Eddy. Matt Eddy on the outside, fighting hard, trying to get the lead. He wants to start on the pole tonight. Big advantage starting on the front row. Bigger advantage having control of the field. Out of 2, they almost make contact. Wiggle, wiggle, whole lot of steering corrections. A little slide getting into the corner out of the 92. He slid the right rear a little bit. Don't want to do that too many times. That'll really make it mad, and then it's going to be really hard to get that car up out of the corner. They are side by side at the front. I mean, we're running full speed pace laps right here at the front of the track. Adam Vinny's making a move on Brunner now to try to take the 4th spot, and Brunner's going to roll over for him pretty quickly. He didn't want to fight that. He knew it's just a starting spot in the feature. Vinny's pretty fast. Give him a little bit of room. Good job, both guys. This front battle here for the lead. They're coming to 2 to go, and they've been side by side since we dropped the green flag. This time, Eddy with a good run. Got off a 4 better than Westendorf. Not the same in turn 2. It's going to be the white flag this time. A lot closer race, but it was Matt Eddy just by a skosh right there. About 3/100ths that time by. Who's it going to be this time? Eddy's got a decided advantage. Half a car. Getting into 3 and 4. Up the hill, the 92 washes a little bit. He got into the throttle too soon. Cost himself a shot at that win. He'll come home second. Vinny up to 3rd. Got around Oxford late. Then Oxford and Brunner. But that finish, Matt Eddy's going to get the win. And it's because Westendorf got a little excited. He could feel it slipping away, and he got in the throttle just a fraction too soon. He'll start behind Matt Eddy in the main event tonight. Heat 2, lining them up quickly out here on pit road. 07 of Austin D'Amore on the inside pole position. And he'll have the 7 car of Pete Dillon on his outside. Reed Rundle, the 43, the old man of the bunch, in there in row number 2 with the 1 car of Justin Day on the outside. And last but not least, the old Ford Thunder Chicken of Jeff Werdeman. There's a Thunder Chicken on the pole as well. Everything else is a Chevrolet in here. 2 Fords, 3 Chevys. The Ford guys got to feel a little outnumbered. I don't know. Looks like Justin Day has elected to take an end-of-line start. And they will oblige him for that. Looks like new paint on that car. Trying to get a good look at it as he goes by here. It's a wild one for sure. All right, time to go racing. Second, final heat with D'Amore and Dillon. Man, I'll tell you what, the flagman is on it. He is dropping it right there. As soon as they get to that first line. Pete Dillon off the outside will have the lead clean and clear. We won't see a side-by-side race for the lead for 8 straight laps here. D'Amore slides to second, Rundle to third, Werdeman up to fourth, and Day trying to put his nose in there and get that 4th spot away. He runs 5th at the moment. Single file. The end of lap number 1. Guys in Heat 2, a little more laid back. They don't want to make it nearly as exciting for the fans as the boys in Heat 1 did, apparently. Pete Dillon's getting away from him now. He's already out to about 10 car lengths, and Reed Rundle looking to move D'Amore up the hill, got the nose to the inside. D'Amore has to give a little bit of space. We may see a side-by-side battle here for just a few laps, and we may not. It may not last very long at all. I don't think it will. I think in the span of 1 lap, and D'Amore got hung on the outside. He may get freight trained here. We may see him go from second to last. Oh, well, thank you, Josh, for that tidbit of information. Dillon, Rundle, Werdeman, D'Amore, and then Day. Day got to D'Amore. He just couldn't make the pass. But out front, Pete Dillon. He's waving sayonara to these boys. 3 laps to go, and he is almost 9/10 of a second ahead of the field. Rundle's got about, a half a second on Werdeman. And Werdeman is about 4/10 ahead of D'Amore. D'Amore's got company. He can see the 1 car in the mirror for sure. We're already down to 2 to go, and it's a Pete Dillon kind of heat race. Outside the front row, grabbed the lead immediately. He's set sail. He's 1 second. The old man in the 43 car, probably with his vision problems, probably can't even see that guy out front. He can't run with his bifocals in the helmet. They won't let him. Half a lap to go. Pete Dillon, 1.1 seconds out in front. He's going to start on the outside of the front row. Next to Matt Eddy. Rundle's going to come home second. Werdeman. Then D'Amore and Day. And I'll tell you what, the race for second and third got tight at the end. The race there for 4th and 5th got tight at the end. A few more laps. We could see some serious changes in the running order. And we're going to get that with this 50-lap feature tonight. We're already moving on. No warm-up time, no extra nothings. It is it's time to put up already. And we will have the 88 of Matt Eddy and the 7 of Pete Dillon on our front row. Josh Westendorf in the 92, Reed Rundle in the 43. You know what? I think we're going to give Reed Rundle a new nickname. We're not going to call him the Lumber Dude Jackwagon no more. We're just going to call him Father Time. Adam Vinny, another of the Lumber Dudes, to 64. He's inside row 3 next to Werdeman in the 81. Then the 22 of DJ Oxford and the 07 of Austin Demore make up row number 4. John Brunner and Justin Day, the 46 and 1 cars, are our final 2 starters. Nah, we kid Reed. We give him a hard time. He's an easy target. And I know that he goes back and watches these because at some point in the near future, he will let me know what I said on the broadcast that he found amusing or maybe not so amusing. But he always takes it in stride, and he always chuckles about it no matter what. So, Eddie and Dylan on the front row. The rest of these guys are going to be in chase mode. We've seen Adam Vinny. Adam Vinny could start tinting. He'd still go up towards the front. He just consistently smooth and patient, and he just kind of gets there. He's got some cars to pass. He's got some tough cars to pass. But he's got 50 laps to get it done. Matt, Eddie, Pete, Dylan to the line. Green flags in the air. And we're on our way. The Epic Racing Association Fall Ironman Series from New Smyrna tonight. Pete Dillon. Man, he makes quick work from that outside. He did this in the heat race. He did it right there, getting this feature started. He grabs the lead. He is going to bring him around for lap number 1. Eddie second, Rundle's third, Westendorf solidly in fourth. Vinny from the inside of the third row kept that spot. He's fifth right now. Werdeman's got company because Brunner's side by side, and they're side by side in the final row back there. Demore on the outside, Day in the 1 on the inside. Way at the back, DJ Oxford. I don't know what happened to him. He started in about row 4, but he fell to 10th pretty quick. He'll have to do some work to recover. Contact between the 46 and the 81 coming out of turn 2. They keep them straight. No harm, no foul. Just a little bit of paint trading going on. Maybe Brunner wants a little blue on that red and white car. Maybe Werdeman wanted to add a little blue to that and give it some accent pieces. I don't know. They're going to race hard. They're still doing it for 5th and 6th. Everybody's single file in front. Adam Vinny working on Werdeman, and he about had him. It was close. I think he got a little free on the exit at 2 right there, and he backed it up just a shade, but he's going to get back into attack mode here. You can see him closing in, trying to size that bumper up. Werdeman, meanwhile, behind is going to clear. Off the top side on Brunner, he'll take over the 6th spot. Day got around Demore. Pete Dillon is riding a rocket tonight, it looks like. He's absolutely racing away from these guys. He's 9/10 of a second out. They're single file. Right now, it looks like there's a lot of patience, some testing, some figuring, some guesswork going on. Where am I better than the guy in front of me? Where's going to be the spot that I can go at him, the chink in the armor? Vinny found the chink in the armor on the 92 of Westendorf. Out of 2, he pulls alongside. He'll move him up the hill, make him give up the racing line through 3 and 4. Not so fast. Westendorf. Good run. Oh, smacked the wall hard. That might give up the spot. That may be enough damage. He is not going to be able to keep that spot. Vinny will clear, and that opened the door for Jeff Werdeman. They race side by side still for 5th and 6th. Werdeman can't get out of side by side races for more than a lap. Not a lot of damage. Way less damage on the 92 than I thought there would be from how hard he hit the wall a little while ago. But you can see 1.44 seconds. Pete Dillon stroking him here tonight. He's already catching DJ Oxford. Oxford's got a problem with the 22 car. He is considerably slower than the rest of the field. In fact, he's going to be a lap down here pretty quickly because his lap times are about 0.4 of a second slower than the guys at the front of this field that are catching him. Adam Vinny got around Reed Rundle when we weren't looking. And now he's going to start working on Matt Eddy. He's just sizing up where the spot is that he's going to stick that nose up under the 88, and it's going to be right here. Early set in the corner. He didn't get the run off turn 4. He set the car early, up a little wide, and then cut it down to the bottom. And I thought he'd get the run up alongside Matt Eddy right there. We're closing into a third of the way already, guys. Couple more laps and we'll be almost at the peak of the mountain here. It's 1.4 seconds now from first to second. Second to third is just a car length or two. Pete Dillon, major mistake. Major mistake just now. Oh my, we need to rewind this real quick. He had a major mishap right there in turns 3 and 4. Lost the back end of the car. And he cut it from 1.4 seconds to just about a half second. Now, how hot are those tires? How much damage did he do to them? I want to go back, but I don't want to miss anything. It could happen again while we're gone, and we miss a great pass. Cars starting to come closer together back here. Westendorf, Brunner, Justin Day, all starting to work themselves back closer together. 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we may see some racing start there. Werdeman's pretty comfortable behind Rundle right now. But the guy trying to make somebody uncomfortable, as usual, the 64. Adam Vinny. He was trying to make it to the inside of Matt Eddy right there, coming out of 4 the last time by. He just didn't have the run he needed to keep that nose there, getting into 1 and 2, and he may do it again. Nope, slid the rear end just a little too much. Eddy now hears that he's there, sees that he's there. Will he give it up or will he race him? He did a great job in the heat race of racing on the outside. He's going to have to do it again here if he is going to hold off Adam Vinny. And now halfway seems to be a lot closer than I thought it would be this quickly. We're only a handful of laps away from that. Once again, Eddy doing Eddy things. He is keeping him honest. That's Adam Vinny I'm talking about, being kept honest on the inside here. Eddy's working the outside nearly to perfection. Got in a little light that time in 3 and 4. He is really good in 1 and 2. He's just a little off in 3 and 4. Maybe he's trying to get the car to set a little earlier because he's holding position. This is a great race to watch. I will say this, Jeff Werdeman just now got around Reed Rundle to the 4th spot, and he's starting to close in. Oh, big blink out of the 88. As another driver racing somebody, that is very disconcerting. When they vanish, you have to be dead steady. You don't know where they're going to come back. It could cause a problem, so you just got to hold your line and pray for the best. You can see the 81 is closing in on these guys. They are racing side by side. They're losing time to Pete Dillon. He's got it back out to a 2.5 seconds. This time, Adam Vinny asserts himself through the center of 3 and 4. Now it's 1.45 seconds between Pete Dillon in the 7 and Adam Vinny in the 64. This time around, they will be showing the crossed flags. We're halfway. 25 laps into the 50-lapper. Dillon out front, Vinny second, Eddie third, Werdeman closed in. He's close on fourth now. He is right behind Matt Eddy. Rundle a good distance back. Westendorf quite a ways back off of Rundle. That's 6th place. 7th is Brunner, Day, DeMoore, and then Oxford. And Oxford is getting into the corner. And there's your leader in the same set of corners with him. I will say that while we were going through the field, just about a quarter second got cut off the lead. It was 1.44. Now it's 0.3 of a second because it's back to 1.2 seconds coming out of turn 4. So it's a quarter second has been cut off. Only took about 2 laps. It's down to a second. Be 21 laps to go this time. 0.9 of a second. Going to be 20 to go. We are already going to be 30 laps into this. Brake rotors on that 64 car do not stop glowing all the way around the track. And nearly a 10th got cut off that time around. Here's a battle for the final podium spot. Jeff Werdeman has worked his way alongside Matt Eddy. They race for third. Losing ground to the cars in front of them. Rundle not necessarily making up ground right now. Reed Rundle may have fallen out of the server. He had problems pre-race with the connection issue, and it looks like it may have jumped up and got him again. And now he's back, and he's still in the 5th spot. Werdeman trying to inch ahead of Eddy. Just can't quite get him cleared. And Adam Vinny lost a little bit of time in the last lap to Pete Dillon. He had it down under half a second. And now it's back to almost 3/4 of a second. We're down almost 15 laps to go here. This is going to be over pretty quickly. Identical lap times for your 2 leaders the last time by 2040s. Both exactly 20.4 seconds. Dillon has led the entire way. And he has not caught DJ Oxford up there in front of him. Oxford has actually picked up the pace a good deal the last handful of laps. Lap times, they are just identical, these top 2. Everybody else is quite a ways off. The 3rd fastest car on the track is running in 10th place. DJ Oxford is the 3rd fastest car the last 4 or 5 laps in a row here. The top 2, they are running within 2/100ths of one another. One lap, Dillon is a little faster. The next lap, Vinny is faster. They're going back and forth, and it's just a couple of hundredths of a second. We are down to 12 laps remaining. They are going. 3rd place is going to be settled between Matt Eddy, Jeff Werdeman, and Reed Rundle. But that is going to be a full 3 seconds behind the leaders. Pete Dillon, 11 to go. He's got it back out to 9/10 of a second. He's been a little quicker the last two laps. That time, a little over half a tenth quicker. It's been a minute since the 7 car has been to victory lane. He's gotten a bunch of podiums, and he talks about being close every time we get to talk to him at the end of the night. Can he hang on for 9 more laps and keep the 64 car at bay? Not too many people can say that. But they held Adam Vinny off. He's a bulldog for sure. He sees the bone, he's going to go get it. Matt Eddy now has seemed to open up the gap a little bit on 4th place Werdeman and 5th place Rundle. Finally fought off Werdeman on the high side and now has started to ease his way away to a solid podium finish here. Reed Rundle has fallen back even off of Werdeman, a distant 5th. Westendorf is 6th. Day, Brunner, DeMoore, they're close together. I don't think we're going to see much out of those two. It's so late in the race. Tires are really getting rough here. And then DJ Oxford, who has been running laps comparable to, if not a touch quicker than your leader, and has kept himself on the lead lap by picking up the pace the last 15 to 20 laps. 6 more circuits is all we got. And it's 1.35 seconds. Pete Dillon. Just Mr. Consistency, 20.4 to 20.45. He hasn't run much slower. And he's kept the tires underneath that 7 car in the wave lap. That time got a handful of fingers. 5 to go from the starter stand. Out to 1.5 seconds. He was a 10.5 quicker the last time we came around. I'll tell you what, Matt Eddy may get close here to Vinny. I just think he's going to run out of laps. But getting there is one thing, passing somebody's completely different. Three to go for Dillon coming out of turn 4. While the gap is shrinking, I don't think he's going to make up 0.8 of a second in 3 laps and make a pass. He's going to get there. If Vinny makes a tiny mistake, it may change things, but I don't see Adam Vinny make a lot of mistakes. So 2 to go this time. 1.8 seconds at the line. The white flag being shown to driver 7 coming out of turn 4. Pete Dillon. Looking like he's going to break the bubble finally. Get him another win. It's been a while. He'll come out of turn 4, and Pete Dillon will make it 2 different winners in a row in the series. He wins tonight at New Smyrna in the Street Stocks. Adam Vinny, Matt Eddy, 2nd and 3rd, and you can see they got close. It was a couple of car lengths. Werdeman was 4th, Rundle 5th, Westendorf 6th, Day 7th, DeMoore is 8th, then DJ Oxford in 9th, and John Brunner rounding things out. All right, we'll start grabbing drivers up because they love it when we do that. Nope, wrong server. Let's see. There is Matt Eddy. There is Adam Vinny. And where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is, Mr. Pete Dillon. So let's talk to the only guy with a car that doesn't fit into the 80s in the field. number 88 on the side of it. Matt Eddy,
Right.
you fought on the high side pretty much all night long. You fought on your heat race side by side for 8 straight laps. Fantastic run there. Got to commend you for that. You did it again to hold off guys for a couple of spots here. You're going to come home third. New Smyrna, kind of a place for this old Camaro.
Yeah. I noticed in the heat race that there, in the second one, I was the only Camaro out here. But yeah, it run pretty good up there. I guess I should have raced Adam a little bit harder. I kind of let him go at one point so I could get in line before Jeff caught up to both of us. But maybe I should have fought a little longer and might have been able to get him there at the end.
Well, you did a great job in the heat race. I mean, 8 laps. You guys were basically door to door, almost touching most of the time. You fought hard on the high side here for most of that. I thought maybe you were thinking, you know what, I'm going to drop behind him, conserve tires for a few laps, let him cool down a little bit, and maybe make another attack. But then you got attacked by the 81 car, and I felt like that kind of changed your whole trajectory on getting back to the 64.
Yeah, once Jeff got down inside me, then I had to race him pretty hard to stay ahead of him there, and eventually I think his tires got hot enough that I got back in front of him, and then once I got to the bottom, we're turning decent lap times, and we're gaining on the front too.
Well, we know you've had some, let's call them mechanical problems with connections, whatever, for a little while. Haven't had a whole lot of great finishes in a minute here. But it looks like things are kind of turning around in the camp and some confidence is starting to show.
Yeah. It's always good to run good, you know.
Yeah, it ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, give me some shout-outs and some thank yous before I let you head out and celebrate an awesome run here tonight.
Yeah, I want to thank Jeff and Josh and the guys that helped put this on, and everyone that shows up, races hard and clean. Lots of leagues you wouldn't be able to run a bunch of laps side by side like that without bouncing off from each other in the wall. So it's always fun to come race hard with these guys and have some good, clean, hard racing.
All right, man. I know the fans appreciate it when we get to see that hard side-by-side racing. So great job tonight. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Catch you next time.
Matt Eddy, the 88 car, finishes in second. And I said it a bunch of times. We've seen him do it from the back. We've seen him do it from the middle. We've always get to see him do it from the front. Tonight, Adam Vinny, I think the hard racing side-by-side with the 88 maybe put the tires in a compromised position, kind of kept you from running down the 7 car.
Yeah, the car was good, but yeah, like you said, just trying to get past those guys, burnt up tires a little bit. I was just trying to bide my time early, and then, yeah, side by side with Eddie, who's always strong and always clean. Yeah, definitely chewed up a whole lot more than I wanted. Heat race definitely didn't help either, but
I was getting ready to ask you about
good
that.
Solid finish.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you about that heat race. We saw kind of, it just looked like maybe car on the inside got a little tight. The car behind you kind of saved you from going all the way around. You were kind of playing catch up, and I think you made the best of a bad situation, but it put you starting mid-pack here. A lot of tough guys in front of you. So that's always a challenge. We've seen you do it before. Tonight just seemed like all the other guys were willing to fight a lot harder on the outside than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, all these guys are super tough. Yeah, I mean, I have my opinion on what happened in the heat race, and I'm sure other people watching or whatever has theirs, and maybe the same, maybe different, but I mean, it happens. Unfortunately, it happens.
Short track racing,
yeah,
baby.
I mean, all in all, yep. Yeah, all in all, I mean, we got back to third in the heat race, did what we could, just ran out of laps. I think we could have caught the first and second place, Eddie and Wessendorf, but didn't happen. All good. We're on the podium, second place. We'll take it.
All right, man, some shout-outs before I let you go.
Yeah, appreciate you, Roger, Dirt Racing Network. I appreciate everyone viewing in. Always showing love and support for what we do and for the broadcast. Beard Wisconsin Small Batch Beard Oils and Balms, Next Level Litigation Support, BAM. Yeah, my dad's painting on the car. My teammate Reed for doing it, and yeah, my girlfriend, my kids, my parents, everybody. Just yeah, appreciate everybody. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with me. I will look forward to speaking to you here in just a few minutes again.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Adam Vinny, folks, he finishes second here tonight, and now we can move on. Whoop, we got to get a hold of this guy first. Here we go. We can move on, and we can talk to a guy who is not a bridesmaid tonight. He parked it right there in this beautiful pink and black victory lane. Pete Dillon, you broke it. You broke the bubble.
I broke the bubble. Yeah, it felt good to get in victory lane. I really honestly didn't think I was going to get to. I was having issues with my wheel before the race. I worked on it from 7 o'clock to 8:20 right before the race and finally got the wheel acting right. But I still was concerned about my pedals not acting right. They actually gave up on me for a few seconds. That's why everybody came back to me. Yeah, but everything played out, and I was able to get the win. I seen them racing side by side, so I just knew that I just had to take care of my stuff. And as long as the pedals didn't do anything crazy, I would coast her on in.
Well, I was getting ready to ask you because, you're out there a second and a half. We had the camera off. We were watching that side-by-side battle behind you. All of a sudden, here you are coming off the bottom of turn 4, slow and easy. And immediately, I have to think, oh, no, that guy, he spun the car a little bit. He slid the car a little bit. Something bad happened. It was worse than we could have imagined. If you were having mechanical issues, you're able to regroup, refocus. He got close. He got you down to just a handful of car lengths there, and then you just kind of drove away again.
Yeah, I think he had burnt up his right front a good bit by that time, and I had just been, pacing myself, trying to run as smooth as possible, not put too much heat in the tires, and yeah, and when I slowed up, like I said, I hit the gas, but it didn't register on the sim. I had to pump the gas to finally get it to work, and I looked in my mirror. I was like, "Oh gosh, here we go!" But them battling side by side helped out a lot.
Might be time to get a little bit of lithium grease and do a little cleaning on some of that equipment to make sure that it's all working like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I've cleaned these things so many times. I'm tired of cleaning them. So I think I'm just gonna get some new ones eventually.
There we go. Now we're talking upgrade, get the big, expensive Huskvelds and get them all mapped in perfect. And man, these guys will have a hell of a time beating you. Give me some shout outs and thank you. Go ahead.
Well, I got to get the approval from the wife, Paula, first.
Well, we got her on chat. We're just going to go ahead. I'm pretty sure she's about to say yes. She's going to type it in there any second, man. You know what? I lived my entire life, and I've been married for over 30 years. Let me tell you, it is so much easier to beg for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Just do it and let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, now you're trying to get me in trouble, Robbie.
Man, I tell you what, I live in trouble. That's the name on the door when you come in this room. It just says Trouble's Office. That's it. I just live there. And I've done it my whole life. It works, man. Just remember one thing, though. If you do live like that and you make that choice, remember there's times when you just got to say, you know what? Yes, honey, you can do whatever you like. I won't tell you no. What I might tell you is we may have to think about it for a couple of more days until everything's perfect for you to do that. If you do that, she's going to let you do whatever you want, brother. We're playing Dr. Phil here. We forgot we were at the racetrack, my man. That's awesome tonight, man. Give me some shouts. Give me some thank yous. We'll let you go celebrate and get them pedals ordered.
All right, first and foremost, I want to thank Paula for letting me to continue to do this and spend some time on here with the guys, and Jeff for continuing to put this league on. I really enjoy racing with all these guys. It's a lot of fun. My daughter Chloe, just before this race, she said, "Hey, if you win tonight, I'm probably going to go into labor." I said, "Nah, my pedals won't allow it. I'm probably going to be in the middle of the pack somewhere." And sure enough, I won. So
There you go.
We may have a baby tonight.
Yep. Pawpaw Pete, here it comes. And I will say that Paula's in the chat. She's having a good time with us. I can tell you that.
That's awesome.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the win.
I want to thank
go ahead.
you for being up in the booth. I want to thank you for being up in the booth as always.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Congrats on the win. Come back and see if you can go 2 for 2 next week, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pete Dillon, everybody. He picks up the win here tonight at New Smyrna. Great race for him. I kid about most of those things. I really do. I actually do pretty much whatever I like. I do tell her that I'm going to do it. Probably right as I've done it or immediately following doing it. And then I never tell her no. I really don't. If she wants to do something, she wants to go somewhere, she wants to do whatever, I tell her, hey, go ahead, because I did this or I did that or I'm planning to do this, whatever. It works. As long as you have a good line of communication, I feel like marriage is two-way street. If there's not traffic going both ways, you got problems, fix those problems, and everything in your life is just going to be better. So please don't think that I run wild over my wife, because I don't. She would stomp on me like a bug if I didn't give her her just desserts. So I hope he gets his stuff fixed. Actually, would love to see new equipment for guys. I like when guys get new equipment. They get excited about it. The racing gets a little bit better, and a lot of times it renews guys. It refreshes them and gives them a little more desire. So I love it when guys go do it. And Pete's been trying so hard for so long to win one of these races against some of these guys, and he got her done here tonight. So big congrats to him. Paula, thank you for being such a good sport in the chat. Like I said, most of that I really am kidding about. I just like to have a good time, and especially when I can, poke a little fun somebody else's way. I don't really ever mean anything by it. It's just fun. So thanks for being a good sport. I want to thank all you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. With all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing, like you saw here, and this was a great race. 50 green flag laps in a tough environment with that car. These guys did a phenomenal job. Everybody finished on the lead lap. That is just outstanding amongst itself. All alone, that is outstanding. So thanks to all the leagues. High fives and pats on the back all the way around. Come and see me again tomorrow night for some more pavement action. Or actually, it's going to be dirt, but it's supposed to be pavement. It's going to be dirt. But come and check that out. Say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Around the same time, about 8:15, 8:20 Eastern, we'll go live, and we will run it all the way end to end. And then it looks like probably Thursday night, we're going to do the rebroadcast of the Sunday Night Truck Series. So make sure you tune in for that. I don't have an exact time, but I'm going to try to do it around 8 o'clock Eastern, 8:15. So keep your eyes peeled. If you've got your notifications set, you'll know. If you subscribe on YouTube, Trovo, and Twitch, every time we go live, you get a notification. On Facebook, same thing. You just got to like, share, and follow. So go do all that for me. Till we see you again. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Come back and see us.